Now, moving out of state to survive the pandemic with New York coronavirus restrictions mounting and driving away customers, one restaurant owner is leaving, moving his business as well, and some of his workers down to Florida. Joining me now is Edward Buddy Foy Jr., owner of the Chateau Anna Maria. Buddy, it's great to see you. What was the last straw? Because we've heard a lot about residents leaving New York, for example, because of the crime, because of the pandemic, because of the quality of life. But now businesses are actually saying, we can't do business here.
Yeah, Jackie, the last straw was the 10 o'clock shutdown. When you're dealing with that restriction and that quick of a serve, lights out at 10 o'clock and customers are gone for restaurants in New York. We can't do the business. We are going to be back in New York when we can open fully. We decided to shut it down for the winter, move to Florida, and more importantly, we were in discussions for the whole year on expanding our restaurant operations because of a TV show we have on the Food Network, and we wanted to expand and take advantage of that coverage in New York, Saratoga and Albany, New York. And we halted those conversations 90 days ago, and we quickly picked up conversations with Florida developers. And literally 2 weeks ago, we opened up here in Florida, and this is where we will expand.
And how do you expect business will go? I mean, it's not easy to start a business in a new location under these circumstances. Are you optimistic that the business and the consumers are down there and they're not as restricted? So, if you are open, they will come?
Jackie, we opened a week ago. This Friday, we opened. We've been open for 1 week in about 4 days. So about 11 days we've been open. Our restaurant's been sold to the capacity that we're operating. We are utilizing what we were successful in New York. 45,000 customer touch points. My family owns 3 restaurants that are within a mile of each other in Boat Landing, New York. We had over 100,000 touches with customers, our employees and customers, 100,000 in 3 restaurants. Not a single trace back to our institutions. Why? Because we followed the guidelines. We wore the masks. We kept social distancing. We were cleansing. We are already regulated by agencies, the liquor authority, the health department. Why don't you let them penalize whoever? I'm assuming there are a lot of people out there that aren't following the guidelines. I don't see it. But if they're making these decisions, they're seeing something that I don't see. Otherwise, they're making irrational decisions.
Well,
Allow
Buddy,
us to operate.
That's part of the problem, right? The facts show that restaurants aren't necessarily the problem here in New York. It's the fact that the restaurants are closed and people are gathering and congregating in their homes, and that's how the virus is spreading. And it seems sort of backwards with respect to the approach. Hopefully they're listening, and hopefully they'll see an example like yours and think about what to do in the future.
Yeah, in the meantime, we're going to build our business wherever we can, wherever we're welcomed.
And that's the American spirit. Great to see you, Buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jack.